Hey there. Good afternoon to my speech team family, to my current students, my alumni, all their parents, just all people that support our program. Um, Good afternoon. My name's Andrea Gustafson. If you don't know me, I'm the head coach of the Morris speech team, and I want to start out by wishing you well, hoping you and your family and the people you're surrounded with are healthy. And I know I speak for all of us, my other coaches and all my students, that we send everyone best wishes as we navigate this very difficult time that we're all going through. So I'm hoping to be able to bring you a little speech team content. Maybe, I don't know, to give you a little something to look forward to. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. And I'm doing videos, which I don't really like to be on video very much, but I don't know. I decided this is going to work better than typing things out. So we'll see how that goes too. Last week on our Facebook and our Twitter, we posted some special awards that my students voted on, honoring our students. We voted on those back in February, back before our season ended, right before we competed down at the state series. And my students gave out awards like most dedicated team member, hardest working, most supportive, most team spirit, best dressed, all those kind of things, voted on by their peers. And whether you got an award or not, congratulations on a great season. Those award winners, awesome. But there were so many names mentioned in all of those different categories, and it just reminds me how lucky I am to get to work and coach all of you. And being away, being out of my classroom, not getting to coach, direct, teach, it's been hard. And it's we're apart like this for things like Christmas vacation and stuff, but this is so different. And so I want to find a way to connect with you, and I hope you're finding those ways to connect with each other. So I'm going to keep posting some content, and this week we're going to do some honoring of some special groups of people. So today I'm going to honor our seniors here in a moment, and then the next couple days we're going to post a couple special awards that were voted on by your coaches, by myself and Coach McKinney, Coach Runchie, Coach Roslyn, Coach Zorn. And then later this week, we'll announce captains for next year. Stay tuned next week because both my drama club and speech team, and there's a lot of overlap with kids there, we're going to be putting out some content. And we're still finalizing that today, but I'm really excited about what I think speech team is going to do. I think that it's something that they're going to have a lot of fun. They're going to be able to connect with you. I think those of you that have families and little ones at home, I think we're hopefully going to try to do something to connect there too. One of the reasons I love coaching and directing theater and speech is because I so much believe in the power of storytelling. I so much believe in the power of words and collaboration and being together and sharing. And I don't want to lose sight of that in these times. And I don't want my students to either. And while it's more difficult, we're not all together, I think we can find some ways to still be together. So those things are going to be happening. So please stay tuned. And when we start sharing next week, like I said, what I think is going to be some great stuff, we hope you'll share with family and friends and hopefully get our speech team kids out there because they're pretty awesome. Speaking of awesome, I'm going to honor our seniors today. And normally we would do this at our speech team recognition night, which is honestly one of my favorite nights of the year. And I'm so sad that we won't be able to have it this year. I don't know. They've been doing speech team recognition night, I know, since at least the 90s when I did speech, and I'm guessing even into the 80s when Mrs. Hughes was coaching. So I'm going to guess this is probably the first year we haven't gotten to have that evening. So I missed it a lot, and I missed having cake with all of you and celebrating with all of you and getting to talk about all the great things that you did. So hopefully people will watch some of these and learn. So I have plaques for all of our seniors, and I obviously can't give them to you physically today, but I'm going to talk really quickly about our seniors. And it's a smaller group of seniors this year. Usually I have more, but they're pretty awesome. And we have a lot of juniors and a lot of sophomores. So just as a little bit smaller group this year, but that doesn't mean their dedication is any less or that they aren't as special, because they certainly are. So I'm going to talk first about my two guys that joined our team this year, Bryce Mankey and Sam Chrisman. So I have a plaque for Bryce. I don't know if you can see that. And for Sam. Um, these two young men, I taught both of them as freshmen. Love them both. Such great students, respectful and hardworking. Sam, I got to teach last year as a junior as well, and it was great to get both of them on the team. Bryce tried out for our fall show this year and got a pretty large role in Clue. He was Mr. Body, our first murder victim in that show, and I know had a great time. We had a great time working with him, just adored him and his energy, and was thrilled when he came out for speech. And he did very humorous events, OC and HDA for us, and did a great job, and actually earned a varsity letter for speech competition this year. Sam, I got to teach again as a junior, so I got to work with him last year. Sam's awesome. He's one of the kindest, most polite, most respectful students I know. I've gotten to know him a little bit more this year too. He's around my house a bit more this year. But just adore him, and he sort of did the opposite. Bryce did the fall play and then did speech, and Sam did speech, did informative for us, much more serious category, and was a great team member for us, and then ended up doing the musical and performing a lead role in the musical too. So proud of both of them, of Sam and Bryce. And the only negative thing I can say about Sam and Bryce is I wish that I'd gotten them on the team sooner. I wish we'd had them there sooner. But take what we can get, and so clap for both of them, for Sam and Bryce. They're awesome, and I look forward to hearing what the future holds for both of those young men, definitely. Kayla Aikenhead, get her plaque here, 3-year team member, Kayla Aikenhead. And if you can't read the plaques, they say whatever number of years the students are in, and then it was kind of a glare. 3 years of outstanding competition and dedication to MCHS speech team. Kayla is definitely a very, very dedicated member. She works very, very hard. I remember a point last year where, she had a partner that couldn't compete, and we threw somebody else in. Kate Gugerty stepped up, and Kayla stepped in, and they did an event together, and it was great, and got us team points, and those kind of things. They don't go unnoticed by coaches, and Kayla is such a leader. She's a very quiet leader, but she also this year was a huge leader in our performance in the round that Coach Rosalind worked with, and I worked with that group a few times, and I could tell what a leader Kayla was. So big congratulations to Kayla. She did pros and DI for us this year too, and has been a great 3-year team member. So congrats. Nick Bentley is a 4-year team member. We have 2 4-year team members. So Nick Bentley, who's been kind of our humorous guy. He's done OC, I believe, all 4 years, and I think really loves OC, and is a great writer. His writing is so funny. That's what I hear all the time. How funny, how just genuinely funny he is. And he had a great season for us this year. He really did, and I think has improved so much. Nick is very dedicated to the fire science program, and I know wants to be a firefighter. And so working speech and that in with how busy he is, I know was a challenge at times this year. So I really commend Nick. I commend you, Nick, for still doing speech with us and still being one of our leaders and making this a commitment for 4 years. So congrats to Nick Bentley, one of our seniors. And then the final senior that I'm going to recognize today is one of our captains and another 4-year team member, and that's Justin Mann. And you can see his plaque's a little more involved because we're congratulating him on not just 4 years being a team captain, a 3-year varsity letter winner, an IHSA state qualifier this year in 2 different events. And obviously, like I said, being a 4-year team member. And Justin does 2 events. All 4 years he's done extemp and impromptu, which I think anybody on our team would probably tell you are the toughest events. And they're events that most of my students are like, Ms. G, I'll do whatever event you need me to except for extemp and impromptu. And Justin willingly and excitedly and loves those 2 events, and is such an evidence of someone that works so hard and made a goal for himself, wanted to improve every single year, went to camp, did everything he needed to, worked so hard with his coaches, especially with Coach McKinney and Coach Rosalind, who were his coaches in extemp and impromptu, and took whatever extra time he could to work with other coaches. I got the pleasure to work with him a lot too. And it resulted in him going to state in 2 of the toughest events, definitely, if not the 2 toughest. Kind of like I said about Kayla, he's a very quiet leader, but he's a very productive leader who leads by example. And we are going to miss him and all of these guys so very much. And I wish that your senior year could have ended with a little more hoopla and great pictures and lots of different things that we get at speech recognition night. But we do what we do. And I wanted to honor all of our seniors and tell you how much I adore and love each and every one of you, and how you will be missed, and how I truly hope that when we have things like alumni practice days and when we're hosting things at the high school, if you're around, if you're home from school or work or military, or if things time out, that you can get home and see us too. And because speech family, always speech family. So if you know these students, if you can text them, if you can call them, if you can put it on their social media, if you can just tell them, hey, you're awesome. They're our awesome class of 2020 speech team members. And tomorrow we're going to give out the David Rice Horizon Award, which is an award that goes to a freshman or sophomore team member that the coaches feel shows a ton of promise. Try voting on that award. That was hard. Think about our freshman and sophomore teams and how you'd vote on that. It's an impossible task, but we've chosen one. So we'll give that award out tomorrow, and we'll continue throughout the rest of the week. So with that, thank you. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.